In today's video, we are taking some super sparkly gold glitter, Dollar Tree caulk, a glue gun, a cheap bag of black smooth pebbles, and a Dollar Tree mirror to create a one-of-a-kind piece of home decor that won't cost you a fortune to create. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another video. So today, I have a bag of these aquatic stones that I got at PetSmart that I had left over from an old fish tank, and I got an idea to use them, so we're going to do that. The first thing I'm going to do is take them outside and spray paint them with this beautiful Montana gold spray paint. This is the best gold spray paint there is, hands down. You can get that at Blick and probably other suppliers. I'm also going to use just some straight black pebbles, a Dollar Tree mirror, and a 14-inch wood round that I got in a 3-pack from Hobby Lobby. I want to make another mirror for my home, so I'm going to take one of these Dollar Tree mirrors and I'm going to remove it from the frame. Very easy to do. It has 3 simple screws on the back that you unscrew and it pops right out. This is the cheapest way to use mirror in a project. You could buy craft mirrors, of course, but $1.25, you get it at the Dollar Tree. It works good enough. And also, if you ever want to do a project with like broken mirror pieces in it, the Dollar Tree mirrors break really easily and they crack pretty straight, like the lines are pretty straight. So just keep that in mind. If you ever need a mirror, just grab a few from the Dollar Tree. So I took my 14-inch mirror, I painted it black with acrylic paint, and now I'm going to use some regular gel medium as an adhesive. This stuff works really good as a glue if you didn't know that. And the reason why I wanted to use that is because I wanted a lot of body to my glue. I wanted a really strong hold for the mirror and especially for these rocks. So I know it has multiple purposes, but for today we're using it as a glue. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it down really heavy along the outer edge of the mirror. I just laid the mirror in the center there, and now I'm going to put a nice thick layer of this stuff for 2 purposes. 1, to hold the stones down good, and 2, because I'm going to sprinkle some glitter in between the cracks, and it's going to have a nice thick layer of glitter sparkling in between each of those rocks. So the height of the gel that I used, it will make it kind of protrude in areas between the rocks, and you'll see a nice little mound of glitter in the end. So all I'm doing is very simple. I'm taking the gold rocks and the black rocks, and I'm just going to lay them down on one side of the outer border of the mirror. I want to kind of make like a 2-face mirror where one side is one design and the other side is another design. So you're going to see that come along here. And I'm not going to bore you with laying down all these rocks. It's just literally plop them into the gel medium. But now, while that gel medium is still wet, here's where that glitter comes in. We're going to sprinkle it in there and make sure we cover all the exposed white medium. If you're going to do this project, you can use something like Mod Podge if you want. Again, though, I wanted a really strong hold with those rocks, so I decided to go with the regular gel medium. So here's where my Dollar Tree caulk comes into play. You can buy things like flexible molding paste for 25 bucks a jar, or you could get a tube of this for $1.25 and basically do the same thing. So we're going to use this, and here's a pro tip. Never start off a new tube on your project like I just did, because you saw how it splattered. Now, thankfully, it didn't get on the mirror or any of my other stones. It just went flying onto the table. But you should always kind of like start that new tube off to the side to make sure there's not a big air pocket before you go ahead and squeeze it, because I could have ruined my whole mirror and got it all over the stones and it would have been a mess. But anyway, yeah, don't do what I do. Start it off to the side and make sure you got a nice even flow coming out of that tube. But anyway, I'm going to use this to create some texture on the opposite side of the mirror. So on one side, we're going to have all those pretty rocks with the glitter. And on this side, we're going to have something different. So I just spread out that caulk all over the right side and then came in with a little spoon and kind of just did a little bit of texturing. You won't see these individual marks by the time this is done. If you want to, you can, but in my piece, you won't. You're just going to see random texture throughout the piece once I'm done. So now that I got that all filled in, I'm going to take some of these Bria Reese art stones, and they're kind of like little, not styrofoam, they're like this, maybe they are styrofoam, but it's like a crunchy texture. It's hard to explain. And I'm going to sprinkle it into the wet caulk, and then I'm going to press them down with a palette knife just to make sure they are making good contact and they are pushed into that wet caulk so that when it dries, which it takes about, I don't know, 6 hours to dry, they're going to be permanently cemented in there. And by the way, if you don't have the regular gel like I had, you can use this stuff to put your rocks onto the mirror as well. Just push them down into that. Whether or not the glitter will stick to it, I don't know. I've never tested it, but it's worth a shot. But anyway, here we are. I put all my rocks down, sprinkled with the glitter in between, and I have the stones down and they are dried. Everything is dried. And I'm going to come in with my new fantastic glue gun, which I mentioned in last week's video. And I'm going to create just a little more interest and texture by making some glue dots in areas where I kind of missed with stones. So not many. I did only about 20 of these, but it just adds another dimension to the piece. This glue gun, by the way, is in the description of this video, a link for it. It's a continuous flow glue gun, so as long as you hold the trigger in, it will continue to spurt out glue. I love it. If you didn't see last week's video, go give it a shot. It's under my video list. So now I'm taking some black acrylic paint, and I started off sponging it, but I realized that wasn't going to work great. So I got a paintbrush out and just started painting everything on that side black. So everything that's white right now is going to turn black. And I'm going to show you a quick shot of the stone side with the glitter, how pretty it is. It sparkles and it just really looks really pretty in person. And you'll see at the end it hanging on the wall. It just really came out pretty. And it's a custom mirror that you can't buy at the store. And yeah, I really like making these mirrors and decor for my wall at home because you have carte blanche to, design it the way you want. You can try to look up something like this and see if you can find a mirror with stone around it, and you're probably going to pay $80 to $150. And, I made mine for much, much less. So that's why I like doing them. But anyway, moving on. Now that we have everything painted and dried, we're going to come in with this Pebeo wax, and we're going to just lightly buff over the top of the dried black side, the texture, to make those little art stones stand out. This stuff is really cool. It's kind of like rub and buff, if you've ever used that. Once it dries, it's like permanent. It doesn't rub off. You don't have to seal it or anything, so I love it. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with some of these gold rhinestones from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to carefully and meticulously place each and every one around the border of the mirror using some of this B700, I believe. It's a rhinestone glue. You can use something like E6000 or something that has a really fine point on it so you could get that glue right on the very edge of that mirror and place your rhinestones. People always ask me what the stick is. It's called a pick-me-up stick, and I get them on Amazon's. They're great for rhinestone work. They got a little rubber tip that grabs the rhinestone, and you could place it right into the glue there. and adjust it with the other end if you need to. So once I got done doing this, it was all done. Very simple project, and I love the way that it came out. Wait till you see what it looks like on the wall. So here we go with the finished results. While we're taking a peek at this, let me go ahead and remind you to check out the description for information on the products that I use, ways that you can follow me, yada, yada, yada. I'm sure you guys that have been here a long time are tired of hearing that, but we do have new people here. Don't forget to click the like button, and more importantly, click the subscribe button if you are not subscribed already. Be sure to hit the notification bell and check that it's on the word all so that you get notified of all new video releases. And please leave a comment, even if it's only your favorite emoji. Just leave a comment on this video. Let me know what you think. So check out those snaps of light coming at us. This thing is so pretty in person. I wish you could see it. I'm going to show it to you on the wall. And I'm just going to say, look at the pretty piece of art we made with some pebbles and a few inexpensive things from the Dollar Tree. And yeah, I love it. Thank you so very much for joining me, my friends. And until the next time, which is next Sunday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, happy creating!